Well, one of the things you said before you jump in about a race is you have to know your why for each race.
Absolutely.
Which I think most people don't think, because they look at Ben and they're like, Ben just does everything to the max. But like every race has a different why and a different point in your life, right?
Every race has a why at a different point in your life. And I'll touch on that and then I'll get back to the championship. What I mean by that is my why used to be I want to be the strongest version of me, right? Like I want to see how tough I can make myself so that I can survive. I'm a little bit of a prepper, right? At home I've got guns and gold and silver and ammo and solar and all these things that would allow me to survive the Chinese attacking or a zombie apocalypse, right? Okay. And I like that feeling of just being a guy who's ready for anything.
You just feel better about yourself.
And that used to be my, before that was I just wanted to do an Ironman. Like I want to cross the finish line like those people I've seen on TV, and that was enough of a why. And then it moved into I want to be the strongest version of me and be ready for anything. And now I feel like I've reached that point, knock on wood, where I feel like I could get through just about anything that gets thrown at me. I've done 50-hour races at 38 degrees below zero. I've done the full Hell Week thing with Mark Devine's Navy SEAL program. I've put myself through some of the toughest events on the face of the planet. I don't feel like being the strongest version of me is a good why anymore. I don't even feel like being able to show my kids that I did something hard to inspire them is really my why anymore, because they've seen that. Frankly, they're a little over daddy going off and then coming back and showing them the Facebook images from the next Sufferfest that I did.
Do you ever wonder why you wanted to be that strongest version of yourself? Is it because, I mean, I don't want to go too deep right now, but you ever think it's just like you don't think you're good enough and I'm like, I got to prove to myself that I actually am good enough?
When you talk about that, a lot of times there are failures in life that cause you to want to become a stronger version of you. I haven't had a huge number of intense failures in life, right? I was never morbidly obese. I never had some horrible disease like cancer that I had to overcome. For me, I think it's more of that primal, instinctual need to be a great leader and to be able to provide for my family, provide, procreate, protect, right? Those are the 3 P's of manhood.
So you were doing that before the races, though.
I was doing that before, but and also I'm in fitness, right? Like I'm in nutrition, and this kind of leads into my current why. My why now is to inspire people to greatness, right? So now it's all extrinsic. When I'm out there is no make me the strongest version of me. All there is there's people out there on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on social media, waiting for the blog post on my website to teach them about how to do this, thinking about getting out and doing a 5K, or maybe just getting off the couch, or maybe thinking about doing an Ironman, and they need inspiration. They need to see people out there doing this stuff. They need to see me suffering.
That's right? More pressure on you, isn't it?
It's more pressure, but in my opinion, I've found that to be an even more powerful why.
Okay.
Because then even when you're ready to quit, when you're like, fuck this, I am the strongest version of me. All right, that's good. I'm going home now. Then you realize that somebody out there is watching, and if they see you DNF or drop out, all of a sudden their inspiration plummets.
Right.
Because you failed. And whatever it was that you wrote about on your blog the week before or mentioned on your podcast, that shit must not work because you didn't make it through.
To watch the rest of this fascinating interview, click on the link below and go to londonrealacademy.com. There you can sign in with your social media, log in and watch the rest of the episode for free, along with all of our episodes on London Real, my webinars, and all of our premium content, all located over at londonrealacademy.com. So click on the link below, you'll be directed there and you can watch the rest of this fascinating interview, and I'll see you there.